I'm Paul Perkins with the check of your ag weather. High pressure building in from the north keeps our highs nearly 10 degrees cooler than normal, in the upper 70s to the mid 80s again for tomorrow. Thunderstorms that develop over the western high plains this late afternoon and tomorrow afternoon move eastward, reaching central areas by late in the evening and overnight. The storms mostly weaken as they move to the east, but a few could produce large hail and damaging winds in western areas. Southerly winds off approaching low pressure boost our highs on Friday into the 80s to the low 90s. As that low and a cold front move to the east, the most likely time frame for thunderstorms late Friday afternoon through Saturday morning. Occasional thunderstorms remain possible over the weekend when that low somewhat stalls before it moves to the east. Highs cool into the mid-70s to the mid-80s on Saturday and the 70s to the low 80s for Sunday and Monday. Tuesday, our highs rebound slightly to the upper 70s to the mid-80s. Low-end thunderstorm chances continue with disturbances dropping to the southeast. Checking our long-term forecast, Nebraska and Kansas temperatures remain cooler than normal the early and middle part of next week before a slight warm-up to seasonal to slightly warmer than normal temperatures late next week through July 30th. Rainfall from Monday through July 30th in Nebraska and Kansas likely to be mostly near normal. Western areas of Nebraska, though, could be slightly drier than normal. Key weather factors driving the markets include cooler and drier weather for the Corn Belt, the Northern Plains and Canadian Prairies becoming hotter and drier, and poor conditions for the Black Sea region. Cool air, at least by July standards, continues to make a strong push across the eastern half of the U.S. Weekend highs expected to remain below 80 as far south as the western Corn Belt. Daily thunderstorms across the south lead to 5-day rainfall of 2 to 6 inches from central and eastern Texas to the mid and southern Atlantic coast. Mostly dry weather prevails the next 5 days from the far west to the northern plains, as well as the upper Mississippi Valley and the Great Lakes. Northern Plains temperatures rise later next week, which is somewhat needed with crop development still behind from late planting. The heat could cause stress, though, in areas of the Northern Plains that are drier. Towards the Canadian Prairies, heat caused more rapid growth of crops over the last week. For the eastern Canadian Prairies, the combination of heat and dryness that lasts through next week is not favorable for developing crops. Crops in the Black Sea region continue to struggle with heat and limited rain. Rain chances may improve next week in the Black Sea region, but needed widespread heavy rain is not expected. Wheat harvest in the Black Sea region, though, should continue to increase. I'm Paul Perkins. That's a check of the ag weather.